Hello, everyone, and welcome to the escape room. Today we're stuck in space. Let me help you get out. All right, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to make escape rooms in Google NotebookLM. This is Commander Ewan here. The main engine control is gone. Oxygen is at 41%. They have 7 hours. The repair codes are hidden in the biological mission data. You're the only team still receiving this signal. Please do not let me drift. So straight away, it starts with a great bit of urgency. The students will then go along and complete 3 different activities. They'll have some information in between that'll kind of link them all together. Each activity is linked together, and I'll show you exactly how I make it later on. I won't go through it all right now. But as you can see, it has that. Then it has a mission accomplished. And the way that I guess, try and do this is have a set of learning goals that the previous learning goal has to go to the next learning goal and the next learning goal. So it's sort of what it does is it starts with that sort of low level knowledge and can be great for misconceptions and previous work and maybe some things you might know about science or important things that you've got to learn, and then it goes on into 3. So that's basically how it looks. It's very easy to make in the end. It has a range of different things. Students can go through, there's extra activities and lots of things. So let me explain how to make it. Okay, so this is a book that I'm writing. My name is Phil Alcock, by the way. I'm the co-founder of PBL Future Lab. Should probably introduce myself in future. I have a Substack, philipalcock.substack.com, and my website I work with Tom Markham with PBL Future Labs and redesigning school to be project-based with AI. This is a table of contents, a little bit of a sneak peek about what's coming ahead. So I'll be creating a few videos from here and making them on YouTube. These are some ideas that I've come up with: a museum at midnight, a jungle temple, and all of them follow the same kind of procedure. So you won't get too lost. You can build on what I've done. And really, what I'm trying to do is use plan.md, because that one file will be amazing. You can use it in any AI. You can use it with Claude Cowork. You can use it with Google Notebook. You can use it with everything. So here it is. It goes a workflow, a little bit of information of how they do it. The teacher puts in a complex idea. The teacher adds 3 simple goals. They download the plan, they put it into Notebook, and they generate the slide deck. You can do lots of things with it, of course, but this is a bit of a pretty simple workflow that will get lots of great success. The 3 learning goals are always simple: an entry level one, confidence building, the core task, the big project, and when you start to just move on to start transfer, applying, and extending your knowledge. So all within one. I find that 3 learning goals are enough. You can have, of course, 8 learning goals, 12 learning goals, it doesn't matter. But really think about the process of how that I'm doing it, because it's really important. And the 12-slide structure here will have a story, a challenge, story escalates, challenge 2, final story push, all these kind of things. This is, again, the way that I've created this and the way it works for me and worked in my classes. So yeah, hope you like it. Let's go. All right. So chapter 1, space rocket troubles on Mars. Very exciting stuff. Your students are mission control. Commander Ewan is drifting, and they have 7 hours. So the entry event is already there. You can definitely change that if you like, but I've tried to make them a little bit dramatic and interesting. You can paste your 3 learning goals into here. Your complex idea is something else that you add: a standard, a unit overview, rough notes. It's just sort of what you're trying to achieve in all of it. And what I've noticed is that you put the learning goals and then the complex idea, and sometimes they can link up in ways that you've never seen before. So the 3 challenges is challenge 1 of approaching, challenge 2 of meeting, and challenge 3 of exceeding. Here's the plan MD, and this will be easy. You can just copy and paste this. And the escape room hack, where you build your slide deck. There's also this, the customize the room, where you can basically put some new learning goals and have a similar vibe. So if the students were really getting into the space theme or the Antarctic theme or something, maybe it's related to what's going on in the classroom, then I think you can definitely keep rebuilding these rooms and really think about these learning goals. This is what it sort of all comes down to at the end of the day. All right, so I'm going to show you my process of how I make this. I'm going to show you even how I use AI and things like that. But first of all, I need to know this. 3 learning goals of what I want students to be able to do within this. You can take this straight from a standard. You can, put learning goals in that maybe that's what's required for a subject or maths, what you're doing. Just make them simple and try and make them so they build from each other. And I'll show you how to do this I'm going to use Google Gemini today. Okay, so here we are on Google Gemini. Now I'm going to put this in. This is what for me, this is how I create the learning goals. And I'll put a Notion down below with these kind of things so it can help you as well. And you can copy them. So I'm going to put that in there just so it knows. These are the learning goals that I want. Let me just copy and paste it right in. So I've got these 3. I want this. And just as an example, I'm going to use this as the complex idea. So the complex idea is the standard. It is a complex idea. Any standard's quite complex. So this is a Victorian curriculum science standard, biological sciences. Living things have structural features and adaptations that help them to survive in the environment. So simple as that. I will say, write the goals for me. Simple as that. Sometimes this is good. Sometimes they need a little bit of work, but I've noticed if I use Pro, it'll be pretty spot on sort of 90% of the time. So if you have a look at this, it says, here are the 3 learning goals for the standard. Students will be able to identify specific physical features of a plant or animal, explain how a physical feature helps a plant or animal survive in a natural environment. And then the last one is to be able to design a new organism with structural features specifically adapted to survive in a chosen extreme environment. So I like it. I like it a lot. And I'll show you exactly how I write the plan.md file as well. Okay, so as you can see, I've just copied it directly over. You can space it out if you like, just to make it look a little bit, easier to read. It's not too much of a problem. It's got the flow there. So these kind of things, I would spend a little bit of time just going through this plan and just making sure it all kind of lines up the way that you're wanting it to line up. So the complex idea is the standard. You can put anything you like. The 3 learning goals that it came up with, I'm just copying and pasting these. So there we go. The event room scenario, the entry event looks good. Obviously, depending on the year levels and the content, you might want to change it. It might just be a fun one, like they want to get more food for a party or whatever it might be. But it's quite interesting to see how you can kind of link, biological sciences with something happening in space. And as you could see from the visions before, it looks pretty cool. The milestone checkpoints are all there. Curriculum alignment is not that. So I will change that and basically just put the standard in there, straight there. Okay, cool. So you can adjust that if you want to with multiple alignments and things like that. But that's kind of the base idea. And this will be able to produce you some pretty cool things. The next point of what we'll go to is in Google Notebook, and we can upload this directly as a Google Drive file. Okay, here we are in Google Notebook. And it's as simple as adding the file. You can put that into here and then bang. Simple as that. And the plan has gone in to Google Notebook. It'll give you the information here. And then all you need to do now is copy and paste this. You can edit it if you don't want this kind of comic book, if you want to do different styles. But I just want to show you what it says. I'm building a classroom escape room. My source is plan.md. Well, it's actually space rocket plan.md. Build this escape room using the 3 learning goals in that file. 3 learning goals only, always broken down as simple. Challenge 1 builds from learning goal 1. Challenge 2 builds from learning goal 2. Challenge 3 builds from learning goal 3. Well, actually, that's not right. That should be entry event. Challenge 3 builds from learning goal 2. That's it. All right. So you want that to happen. It is doing that as it, like the learning goals were created like that, but I don't want to add anything to confuse the AI because it likes getting confused and changing things. So build a 12 slide deck, follow this exact structure. This works for me. Again, you can go in there and change if you want it to be a certain way, if you want it to be positive, happy, if you want it to be dramatic. I mean, the idea of the escape room is that you have time and you kind of want that little bit of urgency in there as well. Visual style and middle school energy is fine. Each challenge should feel like a mission briefing. Each story should feel like a graphic novel page. Perfect. So straight away, that's all we need to do, and then it'll go and generate the slide. Okay, so here we go. Took a little while, but as you can see, same kind of little introduction. You then have to identify, look closely at the specimen in the 3 boxes, identify and name 3 physical structural features. Then you can think about how these features keep the organism alive in extreme environments. And then the last one is to draw or describe a new organism in the grid. And you can, for Mars, extreme cold, high radiation, no liquid water, thin toxic atmosphere. Way too much fun. And then they must label it. And this is kind of what it comes out with. It's very cool. Lots of a knowledge check there, some little surprising facts, which could get people engaged and set off new kind of projects and things like that. And then they get a little final mission log and they evaluate their performance. So good luck designing the escape rooms, and the prompt will be below in a Notion. And please share it with me or tag me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Substack. Would love to see how you're going. And if you have any requests for anything or any questions, please ask below, and please make sure you subscribe for more weird videos. Thank you so much.